I believe that there is a huge opportunity right now for actors and performers online. And I know a lot of the things that I keep seeing are more negative, like the industry's slow, people aren't booking as much. But I personally see a huge opportunity, and that's what I want to talk about today. Of course, I want to talk about what that opportunity is and how I, as a newer actor, plan on leveraging that opportunity. And coming from a background as a content creator, which is what I've been doing full time for the past 5 years. So let's get into it. Welcome back to Creator by Design. This is a podcast designed to help you step into your creator energy in business, art, and life. My name is Hallee. If you're new here, welcome. I have been a full-time creator for the past 5 years, and I've grown my audience to over 1.8 million online. And I started this podcast to teach a lot of the things and talk about a lot of the lessons that I learned along the way, the good, the bad, and the ugly, and how you can leverage social media to your benefit in a positive way. So the opportunity that I see with social media is an opportunity for creatives to claim their power, particularly talking today about actors and performers. I think that social media is an opportunity to reclaim your individual power as a creative. And here's why. I want to preface by saying you don't have to be someone who's making constant comedy sketches or producing their own content shows, social shows, some people call them content series. You don't have to be creating in that way where you're operating as a full production team to have success with social media and to use it to your advantage in a way that can benefit you. You can also use it to build a personal brand. And I'll go a little bit deeper into that in a second, but I want to share with you guys my background a little bit, just so you understand where exactly I'm coming from, because I am an actress. I do acting, but I am not, say, super deep in the traditional acting world. So let me explain. I first started creating content consistently as a career 5 years ago, when I got asked to be an actor in a comedy sketch. And I was like, yeah, I've always wanted to try acting. I had never taken an acting class in my life. And the videos went super viral. So I kept doing it. I kept making videos. And to be honest with you, I didn't even understand the art form of acting at that time. I was just doing what worked. And so since then, I've began for the past two plus years, I've started taking improv, acting, performing, singing lessons, all types of classes to sharpen that skill set, to really understand the art forms, and to step more into the traditional acting space. So I come more from that informal creator, influencer type background, but that has given me the opportunity to, I think, see everything from a different point of view, because I'm, in a way, right now, from the outside looking in. Like, I've never been in a TV show. I've never been in a feature film. I don't have an agent as at the time of recording this, but I believe I am executing the art form of acting on a weekly basis, because I make videos for brands where I am acting out characters. I'm analyzing the scripts. I'm interpreting the characters. And I'm also working with brands on ads and things like that, where I'm a spokesperson on camera. So all that's to say, that is where I come from an experience standpoint, and why I think that I have a unique perspective on this. So I want to talk about more about this opportunity that I see and the ways that I am planning to leverage it so that you can leverage it yourself. So what do I mean by reclaiming your power as a creative? The way that I see the acting industry, you do have to deal with gatekeepers. It's a very collaborative art form. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just how it is. And the struggle, and this is where I get hung up, is that you can't control that. You can't control when necessarily directly when you're not getting booked. But where I think content comes in, and this is where I use it, say, for example, you're not getting booked, you can always use social media as a distribution platform to practice your craft. It's a camera, and you can act in front of said camera and share it online. You can create characters. You can write your own scripts. You could produce your own short film and distribute it on social media. Social media gives you the opportunity to take the reins into your own hands, to take matters into your own hands and to take action when other opportunities are not working out, or maybe things are slow. You have extra time on your hands. To me, I find it really exciting that I have social media and this understanding in my back pocket, because as I'm figuring out the traditional industry, getting an agent, trying to get in, book roles in TV shows and feature films and short films, just get all of the experience in the traditional sense, I can also act and practice the art form as much as I want online. And to me, that's very exciting because I do it because I love acting. I love the art form of acting. I love understanding psychology and how human behavior and storytelling and all the things that go with acting. I love it. And that is the biggest opportunity I see with social media, is the opportunity to reclaim your power, take matters into your own hands, and do that stuff while also doing the traditional industry stuff, which, again, I'm still learning that side of things. So the second piece of this is what I feel like I've learned in my experience approaching the industry in a very non-traditional way, is that, and they talk about this a lot in acting classes, in, when you search videos online about acting, or when you get advice, like, say it in your voice. Say it, just be yourself. Or what is your essence? Understand your essence, understand your character types, understand how you translate online, understand how audiences see you, right? To me, that is the most elusive piece of figuring out your craft as an actor, at least that I've come up against yet. However, I feel that social media and being a content creator and creating content and producing it myself, editing all these videos of myself over the past 5 years, has given me that level of awareness that I think is something you can't learn in a textbook. You can't learn it in school. In a school setting, you have to learn it and understand it for yourself. And for me, producing content has helped me to crack that code, if you will. Sure, I have a lot to learn in, the technical sense and, the path that I'm supposed to go down, and like the whole getting an agent and all these things. But I think that I feel I have a very strong understanding of my essence, how I come across on camera, how I can make myself look different from different angles, or how I style my hair, how I can portray different aspects of my personality and tap into my life experience. Ultimately, social media content creation has been a radical exploration of self-awareness. And I think that has been a huge, huge learning opportunity that I have had the privilege of experiencing, which I'm very grateful for. It's actually, I'll tell you guys a little bit about this later, but I created an online course called The Art of Content Creation that ultimately takes you from being unclear on who you are online and what your voice is, to being clear and confident in your voice and how you want to show up online, how you show up on camera. So the third opportunity I see here in terms of reclaiming your power as a creative with social media and content creation as an actor, performer, is the opportunity to network. I already alluded to the idea of building your personal brand, but I'm going to give you an example here. So and this is the power of a personal brand online. People can essentially, when you have a strong personal brand, you are scaling your personality. In a sense, that sounds weird, but it kind of is that. Meaning that your personal profile, if you do it right, you create content, you show parts of yourself that you want to showcase, your interests, your talents, your hobbies, whatever it is, you post it online. People can get an idea of who you are just from looking at your profile based on how you brand yourself, right? So with that said, you can virtually meet as many people as you'd like. Your profile's there. People can take a look at it. You can send it to someone. It's kind of like having a living, breathing portfolio, but even deeper than that. And so I'll give you an example last week of how this can be really impactful. So I was in a pinch with a client. I needed help with a video. I needed essentially someone to help me direct the video while I was being the actor in it. And so I know a couple people, but I was like, you know what? I'm going to make a post on my Instagram story. And I said, hey, videographers in XYZ area, I need help. Who's available? I got like 10 to 15 people that reached out. People I didn't even realize I was connected with. And that's the power of having a personal brand. Just one quick click of a button, and I've got those connections, those people that I have over time networked with virtually, attracted with my content, connected with their content. We followed each other. If I didn't have that personal brand, and that's just one example, right? Like, it gives you a pool of people, a network that you can tap into of people who feel, whether they have met you in person or not, that they know you. You guys know each other because you both are connected online. And the stronger your personal brand is, the stronger that connection you can have with people online. Now, the last and debatably most attractive opportunity that I see with social media is the opportunity to make money, to have an additional revenue stream as an actor and performer. The entertainment industry is changing. It has changed. It is different. It is evolving. And with that comes a lot of opportunities in any sense. When it feels like things are breaking down in some way, shape, or form, I can guarantee you there is an opportunity in that. What feels like chaos, what feels like dirty water, negativity. There is opportunity in that if you choose to see it that way. Okay. So this is the opportunity that I see in the ways that I monetize right now. So for me, I'm like going in the opposite direction. I'm like, okay, now I can get an agent and that'll be an additional revenue stream. You guys, who I'm assuming I'm talking to right now, you're actors and you're looking for additional revenue streams on top of the agent you probably have, or the people that you are, not people, the projects you are working on in the more traditional sense. You've probably seen UGC, user-generated content. So I'm going to give you guys some tea on this, okay? And I mean no hate, no shade to anyone on this, but a lot of UGC content is cheap. People doing it, again, no shade. That's okay. They're not trying to be actors. But a lot of people making UGC content don't have any trained skill set when it comes to being on camera. Actors, on the other hand, do. So one of the ways that I'm monetizing right now as a creator is that I create comedy sketches for brands to use in digital ads. To me, I see a direct parallel to commercial acting with that. You are making an ad for a brand. And the only difference is there's other differences and nuances, don't get me wrong, right? But speaking high level, the only difference is the distribution platform. Is it going to be shown on a TV or is it going to be shown on a social media screen? Now, here is where I think actors are extremely valuable in this world. Your skill set. Like I said, a lot of UGC content can be cheap. It's not all like that, but a lot of times people are willing in the UGC space to just work for dirt cheap prices. They're willing to create free videos in exchange for a product, in which case it's diminishing the value of that creation. Now, you as an actor have a skill set that you have honed that you can use with any camera, whether it's a vlogging camera like I'm using right now, your iPhone, a professional film camera. You have a skill set that sets you apart from anyone else in the UGC influencer space. And you can use that skill set to monetize and position yourself in your personal brand as an exclusive service. That is exactly how I position my work, because I know that I have a skill set that not every content creator has. And so I can charge more. I can pitch ideas that maybe are more complex. I can produce content that's more intricate. And I think that you can do the same as an actor with your skill set done right. The last piece of this I'll say, I forgot to mention, is alongside with creating these sketch style, character style content for brands and leveraging your experience as on-camera talent and understanding how to be talent on camera with your acting capabilities and skill set. Another opportunity is that a lot of brands are looking for faces of their brand. They're looking for a spokesperson, somebody who can speak on behalf of their brand. And you can approach this in a few different ways. You can, work with them full time, where you're just working with one brand, you're the face of their brand, you're employed by them. That's one option. But there's also another opportunity people are doing, and I have actually taken courses on this and learned the model, where you can take on multiple clients and be the face of their brand as a spokesperson. And you can get as creative as you want. You can make them different characters, like think Jake from State Farm, Flo from Progressive. You can make the different characters for the brands and use your acting skills and have that additional income. So those are some of the opportunities. Hopefully this just gets your brain moving in that direction and gives you some ideas on how you can leverage social media in the space, in the era, in the economy, in the whatever you want to call it that we are in right now, because it is a huge opportunity. And if you want support around it, I'm going to be hosting a 2-week challenge starting in December called the Create More, Scroll Less Challenge. This is the second time I've done it. The first time around went wonderful. Everybody who did it had incredible results. They were posting consistently. They were building momentum. They were super excited about the stuff they were creating. It's only $1 to join. So if you're interested, there's a link in the description. All you got to do is fill out the form, pay the $1. You'll get added to a Telegram group, and we'll be working on one mission together to create more and scroll less, so you can build that momentum and start to capitalize on some of these opportunities to make additional revenue as an actor and performer. So thank you guys for tuning in. Let me know what other topics you'd want to talk about. If you have follow-up questions on today's episode, or even any of your thoughts of your own, drop them in the comments. Hit subscribe, give it a like, and I'll see you guys in the next one.